Okay, I know that this looks like clickbait, but I've been doing some more testing and there really are some knives that give the players an advantage over others. Listen, I don't care what Duop said about your favorite knife, okay? We're looking at the raw data. If you haven't seen the first part to this video yet, do your boy a favor, help out the algorithm. So, last time we saw that there's a handful of knives that obscure less of the screen than the default ones. But, there were a few ideas in the comments about other ways that different knives can have an impact on gameplay. Now apparently, when the falchion was added to CS, its draw animation was bugged and it was able to attack faster than any other knife. This was eventually fixed, and now that all the knives have been ported to Counter-Strike 2 and Source 2, they all attack at the same pace, right? Now this took way longer than I'd like to admit, but I came up with a reliable system for testing this. I bound my F9 key to run this script each time it's pressed. I needed a way to know the exact frame that a knife is pulled out. So what the script does is it opens chat and sends a quirky message, then immediately after pressing enter, equips the knife and starts beating the piss out of the right mouse button. This ensures that as soon as the knife is ready, it's attacking. I went with the heavy attack because it's actually what you'd use in a real game when you're trying to kill someone, and the animation is much more obvious when it starts. So I set up my free and open source recording software to record at 100 FPS to be as precise as possible. I made sure that each knife got multiple runs to cut down on any minute frame discrepancies. And after the fact, I used this nice, helpful ass tool that I found online that made this whole process a breeze. I was already mentally preparing to convert the frames from the video into individual images and, count them, I guess. But this tool made my life a lot easier and slightly more worth living. For each clip, I started counting frames the moment the chat box disappears and stopped counting the first frame of the attack animation. I expected everything to either be exactly the same number of frames or within one frame of the average due to error, but that is not what I found at all. There's equally many knives that scored a time of 113 and 114 frames, so we can assume the pullout animation is supposed to be in the middle somewhere. But what about all these outliers? And what the hell is the kukri doing? Since each knife got averaged over multiple runs, there shouldn't be a difference at all, let alone by an entire 6 frames. I'm really glad that there actually was a difference, so I didn't waste all this time, like I did with the volume idea. Putting them all in order, there's clearly outliers, but why did it have to be the butterfly, man? The kukri and nomad knives are a step above everything else. It might be because of their special pullout animations. But don't ask me, man, I'm just here to collect the data. I know 100 FPS is really high, but a 6 frame difference between the best and worst knives is dumb. Working with our results from last time and this new information, I weighed their rankings and came out with this. The objectively correct Counter-Strike knife tier list. And if you think I'm wrong, that's alright, this video is more pointless than last time. So I set my free and open sourced recording software. Why is it so fucking difficult to say?